Okay, good evening, everyone. Earlier today, about 3:12 p.m., I received a phone call from Coach Petrino, and while I was on a bus returning from a chancellor's retreat. At that time, Coach Petrino shared with me some information he had not previously shared. Specifically, that information was that there was another passenger on the motorcycle, and that passenger was an employee of ours here at the University of Arkansas in the athletic department. When I arrived back on campus at about 5 o'clock, I contacted Coach Petrino and asked him to come to the facilities to meet with me. I visited with him at about 7:15 this evening. We had a conversation. He shared some information with me. He admitted that he had not been totally forthcoming and forthright with me about the accident and the people involved in the accident. He also shared with me the reasons that he outlined in the release that you now have why he didn't share that information. After our meeting concluded, I asked him to remain in the facility while I considered the information I had, and then at about 8:30 I informed Coach that given this information, the freshness of the information, the short period of time that I've had the information, that I was going to put him on administrative leave while I take the time necessary to review this personnel matter. I've asked Taver Johnson, our assistant head coach, to assume responsibilities for administration of the program in his absence. I expect to move very expeditiously in my review of this personnel matter and hope to have a resolution soon. I certainly don't have all the answers here tonight as we meet, but again, I have an obligation and responsibility to obtain the information and then act appropriately on that information. So with that, I'm happy to take some questions.
Is it unpaid administrative leave?
No, it's paid administrative leave.
How long do you think the administrative leave is going to last?
I don't have a timetable. It will be ended as quickly as possible once I complete my review.
Is there a morals clause in his contract? Did he violate the morals of this university by having an affair?
I don't have that information to share with you. I have to do a review and find out. I'm not sure I understand what a morals contract is and don't believe that.
His conduct, the lying to the university.
I'm disappointed that Coach Petrino did not share with me when he had the opportunity to the full extent of the accident and who was involved.
Jeff, have you talked to Jessica Durrell and what those do you see happening there? I
have spoken briefly with Ms. Durrell. I have not had the opportunity to have a thorough review or talk with her. We'll do so in the not too distant future.
Will she be suspended? Will she be suspended?
I don't have that information to make that determination at this time. When I meet with her and hear what she has to say, then I'll make a decision about whether I need to take any action at that point.
Jeff, why was it important for you to speak with us tonight at this late hour?
Well, obviously, you know, people are concerned about our program. They're concerned about Coach Petrino. This information became public through the report by the police, and you know, obviously there's a lot of speculation, and I wanted to make sure that people understood that when we had information that we have acted appropriately.
But there's still a lot of speculation.
Absolutely.
After this press conference, do you know, or can you speculate yourself?
No, I will not speculate, and that's why I'll do my review and then have findings at the end of that.
Tuesday, he said he was not given. He said he had a
Someone
blood
else
test.
have a question?
State police said he did not have a.
Are you surprised by what happened with what he told you today? Are you surprised at all?
Am I surprised that he had not shared the information? Yes.
How do you think this affects the program moving forward? Guys, fans.
Well, I can't assess that until I do the review and really make sure I know all the facts in the situation. Again, sitting here tonight, I'm not sure. I'm uncertain whether I have all the information. That's why, again, I have a responsibility to do a thorough, expeditious review, and I'll do that.
Jeff,
Concerned about a possible violation of state law by the hiring of Mr. Durrell?
No, I don't. I have no information that there's a violation of state law.
Hey, Jeff, is this something that's done with you, or are you doing it with a committee as far as the review goes?
No, there's not a committee. As the athletic director, he's a direct report to me, and so I'll do that.
Is Chancellor Gerhardt involved in the process, Judge?
Chancellor Gerhardt is my superior, obviously, and I report to him, and I share information with him as appropriate. Yes, Matt.
Do you have any idea if Coach Petrino was asked about a passenger by members of the police department, and if he told them about a passenger?
My understanding from the police report that he shared that information with the state troopers.
He was
Yes.
not given a blood alcohol test at the police conference on Tuesday. He had blood tests. Do you consider that an untruth?
I don't know what you tell me is accurate. Again, I'll do my review and take those things into consideration.
How tough has this day been for you personally?
You know, it's difficult. Anytime we have an employee, a coach that makes a misstep, and, you know, it's disappointing to me. You know, we have high expectations. I think every coach and every administrator and every staff person knows we have high expectation, and certainly I'm disappointed. You know, obviously I brought Coach Petrino here, and, you know, he is, you know, he's someone that I brought here, so I want to make sure that I do the appropriate review. But, yeah, sure, I'm disappointed. Anybody would. And as I think Coach expressed in his release, you know, he's disappointed in his own actions.
During his administrative leave, will he have any contact with other coaches or other coaches on the team or the players or anything like that, or is it full away?
Oh, well, you know, again, we're sitting here tonight at 10 o'clock, and the administrative means he's no longer conducting the duties of the head coach for this period of time. Whether he has conversations with his assistants or whatever, he's not to be, you know, coaching football during this time.
You know, in the release, he talks about one of the most important things right now is to repair the relationship with his family and fan base and the Razorback Nation. Do you think that's possible?
Yes, I think Coach can. You know, I'm hopeful that he can, and you know, I think that that's important. Trust is important in any relationship, with the fans and with me and with his family and everyone else. I think he says that in his statement. Chris?
Jeff, did you meet with Bobby one-on-one tonight, or were maybe some of his representation?
No, I met with Coach Petrino by himself.
Jeff, his salary states that he could lose pay or he could serve a suspension. Do you anticipate that could be part of the...
Tom, that would be speculation at the point. Again, I have to do the review, and at the end of that findings, then we'll make a determination. Yes.
Jeff, how long was your meeting with Coach Petrino, and what was his mood?
Again, I think I said we got together at 7:15. I don't know exactly how long we met, but then I asked him to, he went back to his office while I kind of considered things and spoke with the appropriate people, and then called him back, and it was about 8:30 when we visited, and I told him that I was going to ask him to, or have him take administrative leave.
Jeff, what was Bobby's mood like when you talked to him, and also, to your knowledge, is this the only inappropriate relationship we're talking about?
I don't have any additional information on relationships. Coach Petrino is, as you know, is very, I mean, he's injured, he's hurt. I don't know, it's hard for me to comment on a disposition because he's in a great deal of pain, but obviously he's remorseful and those kind of things, so I think that's about all I can say on that.
Experience with something this high profile in terms of a review on a case this high profile, and what steps, what's the
Have I, are you asking?
I'm asking
To
if
be
you
honest
had
with you, I
a-
haven't stopped and thought about whether I've had these things. Nothing. So I haven't taken a chance to step back and think if I've had this in my past experience. Certainly, you know. So I can't recall that I put somebody on administrative leave from a coaching position.
Robbie?
Jeff, why did Bobby tell you he waited until 3:12, which is about when the report was coming out?
You know, I think he expresses that in his release. Beyond that, I don't know. I just know when I received the call, and then know that shortly thereafter it became public information.
What are you looking for in your review? What would it take for you to be confident that he could be the football coach at University of Arkansas and be a truth-telling person going forward?
I need to do the review and make sure I have all the information before I arrive at any conclusion. What am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for until I find it, because I haven't had a chance to really talk to anybody but Coach Petrino at this point.
Jeff, part of the contract includes, I think, $35,000 annually for life insurance, disability insurance for Bobby that you guys give him the money to provide. Is that up for review at this point? Will that be
Chris, I haven't thought about that yet. Have not thought about that.
Were any lesser or greater punishments, or perhaps even his job status in question during this whole thing?
Can't determine that until I do the review and have the findings and make a determination.
So you're saying there could be further punishments down the road, possibly?
Well, again, I'm at the beginning of a review. I don't know what I'm going to find in the review. Certainly, if I found things in the review that would lead me to make a determination, then I'm going to act upon that.
Was Jessica Durrell injured in the accident?
I do not know.
Are you concerned that she may be injured?
I've spoken with her, and she did not express that she was injured.
Okay, we'll go over here.
Really, I was just going to ask the same thing. Is his job in jeopardy? Is that an option that you are?
I have a review. I have to go through that review, and then I'll make a determination.
Time for a couple more, John.
Does this strain your relationship with Coach Petrino at all?
Well, certainly when someone isn't as forthcoming as they should have been, certainly it puts the relationship in a different place. But can we overcome that? That's something we've got to work through and see if we can do through the course of this process.
With so few answers and without having started this review yet, facing a press conference with limited information, how is that still beneficial?
Because the media and our public and our fans are going to want to know. There's going to be speculation. I wanted to provide as much information as I could, even though it's initial, so at least you have something to go on and you know the process that I'm involved in.
Was there ever a time when Coach talked about maybe leaving the program if
No.
he was embarrassed or anything like that?
He's never talked about leaving the program. I certainly expressed that he's embarrassed, but then no time has he expressed he's interested in leaving the
Are you
program.
concerned that this might have reverberations to the Houston Nut incident in which there also was a situation with another woman?
I wasn't here at the time of Houston Nut, so I'm not familiar with those details. So again, I would be speculating.
One more with Kurt.
Jeff, just to clarify, to make clear, he acknowledged to you in any way another or more than one?
No. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out.